a ambulance on immediate route to the venue, because there are some broken people.
Yeah, that's dead right. If you're just joining us, this is the ACC's coverage of the final of the Dulux Tradies 11 live from the Bay Oval. We have the caravan here. We have lost the hatchet off the top of the roof, so we've had to put an umbrella through the top. That is a sun umbrella, so unfortunately all of the rain has come straight into the caravan. Joining me in the commentary position is Matt Heath and Joe Jury. Heath, we're a little unlucky not to win that one. Only lost 6 wickets, but just the run rate a little slow for us.
Yeah, absolutely. And any time you drop catches, you're always putting yourself in a difficult position, and we dropped 11.
Yeah, we certainly did.
It wasn't good.
No.
So this is Shiva on your screen right now. He was the top scorer for the Titans against us.
He really loved scoring those runs as well.
He was letting everyone know about it. First ball of the match. And it's
Oh,
almost the catch. It was an opportunity, but this has just been symptomatic of the day, hasn't it? It has been dropped catch after dropped catch. It's not getting any easier out there as well. The back window of the caravan almost getting quite tough to look through with all of the spots of rain.
An absolute massive swing at that, but only gets an edge, and they run through for a single. So I'd like to make an apology, if that's right, to the viewers and to you, Jason, from me, Jason Hoyt, to everyone. We commentated the whole last game thinking there was 6 balls and over.
There are 5 balls and over. Oh, some really good turn here for the number 3. Yeah, there are 5 balls and over. It's last man stands, so we're all bowling from the same end.
I feel like we should have known that.
At 30 runs, a batter must retire.
It's amazing we didn't notice that.
Every bowler must bowl at least 1 over.
Well, you rang me, Matt, and you were like, how many balls and then over? I was like, well, so
There's 5 overs in a row I tried to count, but lost count, trying to work out how many there were.
Around the wicket, slashed out to square leg, and they'll get 1.
I think that's what screwed us in the end, the ACC 11. If we'd had 6 balls and over, I think we would have got closer. But the 5 balls and over made the run rate much harder to get.
Well, we prepared quite heavily for a 6 ball over.
Yeah.
And that was an
that's
entire...
what we trained for that.
We were playing to 3 card tricks, 6 card tricks. I mean, you, of course, Mania, you have the 6 card trick of the wrongin, and with only 5 wrongins, when you plan to do 6 wrongins, that just messes up all your planning and all your strategy.
Well, it's the 6th one that often pays off for me, because players are thinking, surely he's not about to bowl me 6 wrongins, but what they don't know is I can't bowl anything but a wrongin. Here comes the offie again. It's a round arm action down the leg and just swiped away, and actually it's beaten the fielder. It may even go all the way. No, it's just going to be cut off. So just the 1 run.
Batsman slipped over halfway down the wicket.
Just got a text from Lee Hart, who unfortunately couldn't make it due to COVID. How's it going down there? What do you reckon I tell him? Should I say we won?
Yeah, tell him we won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Let them know we won.
Yeah, because it depends. We won in terms of what we wanted to take from the game.
Well, it's not often that the ACC bats out all 20 overs available to them, so that in and of itself is a win. And again, as you said after the game, Matt Heath, we are not a team that judges ourselves on outcomes.
No.
We judge ourselves on how well we played, how much we committed to the game,
and quite frankly, how much we committed to the night before.
Well, I don't think there is a commentating team in the world that has first night fever built into them quite like we do. It's new bowler, left arm, over the wicket, just padded away, but no run there.
Well, Joseph Jury, who's just leaving the commentary box, he said, I'm thinking of not having very many tonight just so I'm fresh for tomorrow. Then proceeded to just smash so many beers.
Millions of beers. Millions of beers. It's impressive from a lot of the players who have even showed up today. Rain really starting to pick its pace up now. Left arm over the wicket again. It's an edge. They think that it's hit the pad. They've called for an LB. And this umpire has given a couple of LBs as well. You wouldn't sort of think that that's something that you'd see in a last man stands format, but powerful mullet / beard combination on the bowler. This is the replay of the last ball. Very straight arm. No allegations of chucking there as we welcome back into the
nowhere
position.
near a no ball. He bowls well ahead of the wickets.
100%.
There's no danger of a no ball there.
A little bit of shape back into the right-hander there as we welcome in Lee Baker. Lee, you've just walked over to the caravan from the pavilion there. How's the rain out there?
It's fine. It's merely a distraction. It will not get anyone off the hook here in the final, I can tell you that much.
Now, Lee Baker, you were the pick of the ACC bowlers today.
Oh, it's nice
really
of you to
ripping
say.
it off the wicket. It's beautiful to see.
thought you were quite devastating yourself, Matt Heath.
So this one's just going to be worked away off the hip, drop and run just for the 1 run. Titans 4 for none of 1 over. Well, one and a bit.
A highlight of the game, of course, was that stumping off your bowling, Manaia.
Wow,
I mean, we're not going to spend this entire commentary talking about ourselves.
Are we not? I thought that was the idea.
Or we might.
Well, we could.
We have before.
So this one's a rank full toss, and it's just been knocked over the top. It's going to get chased down. Oh, he's used the back of his heel to stop that ball. He's almost fallen over trying to throw it back in, and his hat's come off in the process. This is some of the most entertaining cricket I've ever seen. I would love to get a full countdown of the injuries suffered in the injury ward, because even you yourself, Lee Baker, you came into the game under an injury cloud.
I came in under a cloud. I had 2 injuries. I've come out with 3.
Walk us through your 3. So there was the ankle that you brought in with you.
I brought in a rolled ankle from it's an old freak speed dating accident that I just haven't got on top of. And then I managed to pull a groin in my first manoeuvre of the match.
Your
I was
groin,
fielding.
your groin or someone else's groin?
Oh, actually, that makes 2 if you want to include others.
Yeah.
But I was running to retrieve a ball, and I don't know what happened, but it's painful. So that's me with 2. Plus, I got a slip disc, of course. That's historic.
Well, I got a communique from Jason. I'm from Jeremy Wells. You might know him from 7 Sharp and the Matt and Jerry Breakfast Show on Radio Hauraki 6 to 9 weekdays. And he said at one point he was watching the live stream, and there was 6 ACC players all limping across the screen at once.
Well, Ben Hurley's done a calf. Various maladies that are affecting the ACC players.
I'm injured. I like to, and actually Jason Hoyt has rumbled me a little bit, pointing out that before in a game of cricket I like to really talk up my back and how I've got this as a sort of excuse for everything. That from then on you can play terribly and blame it on your back. So I'm claiming that as an injury.
Here's the Mount Mauler. He's got a sort of mesmerising action. There's 2 loops. Dangerously good-looking man. He's tall, dark, luscious hair that makes you want to run your fingers through it, and crystal blue eyes. And he's got a just hypnotic delivery where he spins it twice. But just to get back to your first injury, Lee, speed dating. How do you roll your ankle speed dating?
It wasn't really a speed dating, actually. That's the excuse I've been using, because I actually did it in a step class.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm ashamed to admit that.
This one's chopped away through point. They won't catch it. They're going to pretend that they're going to chase it down, but really all they're doing is risking their hamstrings. And that's going to run away for 4. So the Titans move on to 9, 13.
I've got to say, we have seen a few actual cricket shots.
We have. There have been some glorious shots out here, and obviously it's a real treat for us to play on a first-class ground like this. I wouldn't, to field my first ball, it was running away for 4. I was like, I'm going to slide here. And I slid so far.
I saw that.
I slid past the ball. Yeah, I went flying past the ball. I was like, fuck me.
That was a proper stunt, Manaia.
Yeah.
Did you get an injury? You carrying an injury?
No injuries. Just a little bit of, not even really any grass on the kit either. No, I'm okay. I'm one of the few that got away with it, but there are men strewn amongst the pavilion.
I reckon we're carrying about $25,000 worth of ACC claims.
The Mount Mauler, it's a rank full toss, thick top edge. It's going to a couple of bounces, and Kyle Mills will field that one back down there behind the wicketkeeper. They've sort of got almost 2 backstops back there, which screams volumes about their confidence in the wicketkeeper. It'd be very interesting to see Kyle Mills pick the ball up. That's all anyone's been talking about the last sort of 24 hours.
So here we go, free hit.
Man, I don't want to see Kyle Mills bowling at me. So this is a free hit, and it's absolutely tonked. It's been dispatched to the boundary. They won't get to that. 2 bounces for 4, and the lights have just come on here at the Bay Oval. This is huge. So Chief just swats that one away to the boundary. He'll move on to 7 runs. Shiva's still on 10, and the Mount Mauler still really getting through his work here. You can see on your screens the lights starting to fire up. It's been quite a dark day, all told, for most of the day. And
11 runs off this over already.
And 11 drop catches for the ACC, so I think the lighting situation has something to do with that. Suspect action from the Mount Mauler. It'll be bang back to mid. Oh no, it's a terrible misfield. This one's going to run away for 4. Oh dear.
An ACC-esque fielding effort there.
Well, the fielder there at sort of long off has just had an absolute debacle. Every time he's fielded the ball, his hat's come off.
To be fair, he had about 3,000 beers last night, that fielder, so, you know.
Also,
or let him off the hook a little bit.
The fact that he's even here is a miracle. Last ball of the over, you would have to think. Swatted back
Good
again.
shot.
Found another gap, and this will be 4 again. And really what he's doing here, Chief, more than just hitting boundaries, he is really testing the limits of the hamstrings here for the Gladiators, because we have not seen the last of the injuries today, I don't think.
18 runs off that over.
I
So hell of a start. The Titans 27 off 2.
The gaps in this field are effectively twice as big as they actually are because of the lack of speed of the fielders.
Wait a minute, Mount Mauler's still bowling?
Mount Mauler. Yeah, he is. Mount Mauler goes again. This one's left through to the keeper. They'll call that a wide, but there is a limit on how many balls an over can be. That's 8.
There's huge confusion around the overs. I mean, half the team didn't realise it was 5-ball overs.
Well, we were bowling overs and not realising we were only bowling 5.
That's what I mean.
But,
I'm still confused.
well, there's so many wides in the mix, it gets confusing.
So the never-ending over continues from the Mount Mauler. This one's great
Gapped
length.
it beautifully.
And here he has a chance. Now the fielders make up for... Jeez.
I'm worried about this guy. How
It's-
old is he?
It's Gav.
He's
and,
done well, Gav.
and he's persisting with the back of the heel to stop the ball, which is a little unorthodox, but Gav really getting into his work.
Heavy Larry David vibes there.
Very much so.
Wow, this is everyone's worst nightmare now. Kyle Mills has taken the cap off. He's handed it to the Amish umpire.
He's using the Amish umpire to stretch on, which is actually not good etiquette on a cricket field. Jeez, he's a big unit. How tall is Kyle Mills?
He's got to be 6'5", hasn't he?
He's about 6'5", and he's about 6'2" from shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Very, very broad shoulders. And still likes to bowl into the deck.
Probably.
Today,
Rolls off the tongue.
I'd love to hear the backstory for that one.
So Mount Mauler bowled 8 and 19.
Well, he's
Yeah,
conceded, he conceded 19 runs off that over.
But his runs per over are only 14.3 according to the scoreboard. I'm confused.
It's not for us to know, is it really?
All right, that's some math.
Out for 1 run.
I mean, what do you think we can do? Is the entire commentary talking about ourselves, but
Here comes Kyle Mills. This one's into
Oh,
the
that's-
turf. It's up high, and Shiva defends it. Only just got to it. I don't think he was expecting that.
That was brutal bowling to a man with no helmet.
you got to say,
Kyle Mills, please, that's bully work.
well, Brian Lara was furious apparently at the black clash that Carl Mills was trying to bowl properly at him.
Mills again off 3 paces. This one's a better length. It's just whiffed at but missed. Through to the keeper, no run.
Tragedy for the Spartans that they can only bowl 2 overs of Carl Mills. 4 could really make a difference. There's only 10 balls.
10's probably the number they'd want. Kyle Mills again. It's incredible the amount of shape that he can get off 3 paces at a half.
Also, the amount of bounce.
Steepling is a huge unit. Our own pantsman Joel Harrison is about 6'6". Standing next to him looked about the same size.
Heath Davis-like as pants man.
Oh, great shape.
It's a great shape, great length as well. It's just carved away to the Mount Mauler. He'll field that, and it's only 1 run. And that'll be the end of Kyle Mills' over. A short one because he didn't bowl any wides like everyone else has been. Only 5 balls. And a real Gulliver going on here. Have a look as the bowlers swap. This is going to be a massive challenge for the batsman, going from 6'6" to about 4'6".
What do we reckon is par score here, lads?
Yeah, I was just thinking that actually, and I think you have to take into account that there's only 5 ball overs.
We scored 137. This one's just swatted away, but no run there.
No, we didn't score 137. We wanted to.
Oh, we needed to.
Yeah, we needed to. We did.
We scored. Actually, sorry, you're right. We scored 101.
Yeah.
This one's pounded into the turf and swatted away for 1 run out through to square leg.
You've got to say that if you score 101 when you're trying to get 138 to win, then your 101 is not par.
And one of our issues is Chris Key was put in as a comedy opener because he'd never played cricket before. He walked out with his thigh pad on the outside of his pants. Dylan Cleaver had to teach him how to back up while he was running. He'd never played a game of cricket before. A bit of turn here. They're going to call that one a wide. He'll have to bowl it again. And tremendous first innings for Chris Key. I think 28 runs he scored in the end.
Absolutely outstanding.
But unfortunately set us such a dismal platform because we're so far behind on the run rate that the game was essentially unwinnable from there.
So you're blaming our best performing batsman for our lack of performance?
It's more to cricket than just scoring heaps of runs. This one's slashed at, but it doesn't actually go that far.
Well, as we said, like a platform is no good if it's underwater. If it's a pontoon, if you will. You want a platform that sticks up above the water and you can build on.
That's right.
And I think, no offence to Dylan Cleaver and Keezy, but that was a
sinking
submarine platform.
This one's just sort of a fourth stump line there, but there's no run.
But when it's a guy's first game of cricket ever, you got to point the finger at the captain. You got to point the finger at the person who's choosing who goes out when. Because I know there's 3 people here that really wanted to have a bat.
Absolutely.
This one's tonked now down to square leg. It's going to run away for 4 runs. This is too easy for the Chief.
Yeah, Smithy getting pantsed around the park.
Yeah, Smithy's really sort of getting dispatched. Don't forget that this is last man stands rules, so Chief's sitting on 23 now. He's going to have to retire at 30. And we're just waiting. It's taken 4 relay throws to get that one back in from the boundary. Last ball of Smithy's over, and he's been tonked again, the same spot, but just a little sort of straighter. So that one will be fielded. Only the 1 run off that ball, and that will be the end of the over.
So one thing we haven't seen a lot of today at the Bay Oval is, like that example there'd be an opportunity to attack the ball and try and turn that into a catch. What you do is you see a lot of people holding back and waiting for the bounce. And that's very different than what you might see in international cricket.
That's right. It's very different. It's people fielding defensively and putting their body first, but not on the line.
Actually, G Lane did one. I think you were involved in that, where he didn't make any effort. He was much closer, and then he sort of gave you the look like you should have caught it, and then it just bounced it. And
he tried to use his seniority.
Yeah.
So
which I resented.
Glenn now into the attack. Him and I were still pounding beers at midnight last night. We had a good half-hour chat.
He's a great New Zealander, actually. I got onto his phone and changed the settings on a few things. Fired a few texts off to from people from it, so he'll be in a bit of trouble today, Auckland.
Strife is a bowler out of Taupo.
Nice action. Asked the umpire the question there, but it was always going down leg. Umpire agreed. Yeah, I believe he's running a painting operation down there in Taupo.
It's more of an all-round construction.
That's what it is, construction. Thank you.
But painting certainly an aspect of that. This one's outside off, and it's just slapped away. That won't trouble Kyle Mills inside the circle there.
Well, at the Dulux Tradies XI event, you're going to find a lot of people involved in the painting industry.
A lot of painting chat going on last night, and I know you were quite keen to get into it as Glenn. This one's straight, it's almost down leg. He's almost belted that straight into the wicketkeeper, no run.
Yeah, I'm painting my house at the moment. It's taken me 8 weeks actually, and have not finished with Dulux, beautiful duck egg blue, 1/4 duck egg blue, and flaxseed roof, I think it is.
Oh, you've gone flax?
Yeah.
Glenn again now. This one was swung at, but it's just sort of hit him in the leg, and it's just going to sit down. He's going to ask the umpire the question again. The umpire's probably getting a little bit pissed off at this, but you got to keep him engaged, don't you?
I was really, really questioning some of these painters for some advice, and telling what, there's some real experts there. And their advice was hire us to do it, don't do it yourself. I've seen what you've tried to do, it's a mess.
Glenn now again. This one, it sort of just straightens up a little bit. It's whacked away. They will get 1 run just off the misfield. There'll be plenty of that throughout the afternoon. See, for me, I'm a big fan of the Olive Grove. I was talking to Chris McKinley last night from Porter's Original Paints. I have woken up with his business card in my pocket.
Olive Grove, what are you going to put that on?
A feature wall, I think. I'm going to go Olive Grove feature wall.
You woke up with this card on the bed and about 50 or 60 bucks just thrown him in the corner, and he was gone.
But I do have his number, so I'll be chasing him down later on today, because I'm not done with Chris McKinley. So there's an absolute behemoth stepping up to the crease now. This guy might be bigger than Kyle Mills. This is Village, they call him, the Englishman. And he played a bit of village cricket, obviously over there in England. He's from the Cotswolds, and he also was pounding piss into the core of the earth right up until midnight. Let's see how that's affected him. Great line, great leg. That one's just beaten the outside of the bat straight through to the keeper, no run.
Yeah, really bonded with them because, of course, I'm from the Cotswolds as well. So
Oxford.
It's always great to talk to people from your hometown. We were boring the shit out of Mania, talking about pubs that we love in that part of the world.
Yeah, real tedious shit. So here comes Village now. This one's a little bit down leg. He's called for it. He wants to go upstairs, but that was going down leg for mine, though.
I think it probably was, but I tell you what, I think the umpires have got some kind of pact. I do not think they have given or will give any LBWs or runouts.
Well, they gave an LB in the first game, very early doors.
I think that was an accident.
They haven't done it since, but yeah, I thought so
They
too.
are not at home to runouts.
I think it was James Marshall even that got it, and he was like, I didn't think we were doing LBs. So here comes Village again. This one's straight. He'll do his own fielding. No run.
As someone that's done quite a bit of umpiring at square leg, often when that shout goes up for a run out, you realise you were zoned out and not watching. And the safest thing is to not give it out under those circumstances.
Village loping into the crease. He's about a foot short of the... Oh, that's a great length, great line, and he's missed there. His Chief, who remains on 25 runs, 5 away from being retired. Although if he's batting like that, he could be 2 away from getting bowled.
39 off 6. Is it time for them to push on? This man looks like a smasher to me.
You're saying it's now or never for these guys?
I'd say they've got to act now. They've got to act. Here we go.
Oh, he's come charging down the pitch and slashed this one straight back over the bowler's head. It'll get fielded there by long off, or long on rather, as I'm corrected immediately by Mike Lane on the stadium mic behind me.
I tell you what, it's not easy to find the rope on these grown-up boundaries. They are huge in parts, particularly cow corner. So anything that gets out there is a good shot.
Well, particularly hard to find the boundaries when they put Kesey in and Cleaver in, and they just hog all the runs, scoring about 2 and over.
Did you get out onto the field, I think?
No, I didn't.
Did you get out on the field, Lee?
I did not.
Neither did I.
I so wanted to in the end.
We had plenty left in the hutch.
Too much in the hutch.
I really wanted to be out there. I wanted to redeem my drop catch with a couple of probably
singles.
Out.
You'd
A couple of
probably
singles.
say soaking up the first 10 overs for 40 runs might not have been the tactic.
Well, if you go to the ACC Instagram page, you'll see an absolute serve that G-Lane gave us back in the sheds around our performance. But I've got his strategical performance I don't think was great.
Wasn't up to scratch, I don't think.
Opening with a guy that's never played cricket before.
Village, this one's slashed away through point. I don't know if they're going to chase it down. The Mount Mauler, this is what the kind of thing that you'll see at Mount Maunganui in the main street there at about 11 o'clock at night on a Saturday. That's the Mount Mauler just sprinting down, chasing his prey down. But he's got there, I think 2 runs off that one. End of the over for Village. Not too bad an over in the end. Gave away 4 runs.
I respect how both Match and the wicketkeeper here don't use pads. They just keep padless.
This morning we actually had a whole net session with no gloves, no pads, no helmet, no nothing. It was quite an aggressive net session this morning, but I just think that it probably instilled a few bad habits in us, backing away from the ball,
Yeah.
not using the pads.
Not that we were asked to bat.
So we got DPS, and I asked him last night about what that stood for. He would not answer me. He's bowled from actually behind his own stumps, and this could be a catch. It is! And that's the end of Chief, dismissed on 26th of the bowling of DPS. It was an elementary catch, but that doesn't mean much for the quality of players that are out here. Those are very easily droppable. Look at this, he's bowled almost from behind his own stumps. And it was just mistimed off the badge of the bat, and that's straight down the throat there of Goldie. Gone, and that's the first wicket of the match. Titans 42 for 1, which brings to the crease Santos.
Oh, Santos is a good player.
He didn't know much about my wrong'un, I can tell you that.
That's the guy you got out, is it?
That's the left-hander who thought, surely this guy's not going to bowl 6 consecutive wrong-uns.
Well, I thought that was when we worked best as a team by just
that was our
running
greatest
substitutes about the wrong-uns.
Absolutely our greatest moment.
Just talking
I mean,
so much about the wrong-un that it got inside his head, and then he just bowled nothing but wrong-uns. Because he doesn't know that you can't bowl anything but wrong-uns. And so...
And he couldn't pick it.
He couldn't pick it. And it's like, surely not. Especially all this talk about wrong-uns. And the next one's not going to be a wrong-un. And then stumped.
when we played against the Movember 11 last year, at Eden Park, the umpire remarked that he quite liked the one ball I had that came back the other way, and I had to reveal to him they all go that way because I can only bowl a stock wrong'un.
But it's a great stock wrong'un.
How did you develop that, Anaya? Is that some kind of disability that you've turned into a treat?
Is it because you kind of bowl sort of a flipper all the time?
Yeah, well, I did ask Kyle Mills about this last night, so here is, Jesus, that is a rank one from DPS, but it's not going to be a wide. It's taken an age to even find the pitch. No, I did. I chewed Kyle Mills' ear off last night about it. It's a wrist issue that I have. And I cock it at the wrong angle, so it comes out of the back of the hand.
DPS, so is that a double?
It's penetration.
Oh,
system.
Jesus.
I'm not sure. That was very slow, and actually too slow. Santos couldn't even really figure out how slow it was going.
Well, DPS comes from the Heath School of Bowling. Just never arrives.
The autumn leaves, yeah, still waiting for it. There is the Mount Mauler on your screen. So if you see that man in your rear windscreen, keep late on it. Yeah, keep running.
Go.
So he's coming over the wicket now as DPS.
Nice and full.
Nice and full, and very hard to time because you're waiting, trying to throw the shot, and you never sort of get there.
And you know, you're going to have to do the work with bowling like that. You're going to... It's all you. It's all you getting it anywhere. So, that bit of movement there from DPS.
Just a little bit of sort of...
Oh, jeez.
Leg spin and just a horrible misfield there. For shit's sake. So that's an extra run that didn't need to be...
Is it just me, or is this over going on and on and on? This is way more than 5 balls, surely.
Definitely seems spin. I don't think he's bowled too many wides either. So this one has taken an age to arrive, but when it did, Shiva just dispatched it. This one's going to go all the way. No, they've actually, well, they've stopped it and tapped it back in to relay it back, but horribly out of position. They're thinking about running 5. They might have been better off kicking it over the rope there.
So what happens if they've run 5? If they've run 5 and you kick it over the rope, do they go with the higher number?
No, that's a 4.
So if it goes back to 4.
You'll see this in twilight cricket in rural grounds where the grass is quite slow, and I have seen it once at the Morven Domain just outside of Waimate there, where someone hit it and it just held up in the grass. There was a bit of a miscommunication between two guys. One of the fielders was actually also operating a barbecue just over the rope. And so he called for the other guy to go and get the ball. The other guy said, well, you're closer. He said, yeah, but I've got a pair of tongs in my hand. And in the end, he had to leave the barbecue, burn the sausages. And by the time he got there, the other players were saying, just kick it over, kid. They're going to run 5 here. And so he kicked it over the boundary. Got back to the snags. New bowler into the attack. He's got sort of a Muralitharan action and a great nickname.
Da Vinci.
He's a painter, and they call him Da Vinci.
Yeah, his work is spectacular. Right up there with the great Italian master.
I'd love to see some of the Sistine Chapels he's bowled. He's painted, rather. A little bit of turn there, it looks like, for Da Vinci. Not a lot, but a little bit. Oh, and a horrible misfield is going to result in another run. That was such an elementary. Oh, they're going to do it again. But unfortunately, someone's gone down. Shiva's gone down. He slipped over it. No, but he looks okay. Geez, if he was 10 years older, that's probably an ACL and a hamstring.
So what's the overs and unders on hamstrings today?
I have seen 3. Although one of them actually I think was a calf, so 2. Actually, Lee, you've got one, don't you?
An ACL?
No, the hamstring.
No, I don't have a hammy. I can offer you a groin.
Okay.
I don't have a hamstring.
So meandering. Wow, that's such an interesting action from Da Vinci. It's Murali-esque, isn't it? The way he comes over the top there.
It's genius.
Azza's got a hamstring, I think. He blew that a couple of days before the match. What was the physio's name? She's being very, very busy today.
Active. Very active.
Very active.
Da Vinci now, jeez, look at the way that
surely
turns.
That's wide. That is wide.
This is
what I was shouting when we were batting before, is not going at the wides, because there's no advantage. If it's down leg, you get the one run. If it's hittable, you got to smoke it.
Oh yeah.
I was yelling. I was saying, Ben Hurley. I was saying, hit those, Ben.
So this over wide 2, dot wide 1.
How good was that first delivery from Ben Hurley, though?
Oh my God,
it was an absolute beauty.
Really got my hopes up. Sadly, pulled a muscle soon after.
Bottom of middle stump. Now this is interesting. I'd like to take credit for this. Santos is so deep in his crease, and that's because he got stumped off my bowling in the last game he played. So that's really weighing heavily on him here.
We've got a gentleman here who's got a 6:30 flight to go back for some cricket tomorrow. He's got the other option of flying out at 6 a.m. tomorrow. So what should he do?
Well, this is very interesting. G-Lane is emceeing around the ground. We've got a gentleman who has a 6:30 p.m. flight tonight. He also has the option of a 6 a.m. flight tomorrow morning, and he's tossing up what to do. How would you play it?
Well, to catch that plane, you don't land the plane.
Yeah.
You reschedule to 6 a.m. and you take it all the way out, surely.
100% Lee Baker, I think. Oh no, I can't see an argument against that.
No, this is a golden opportunity for some fun.
You've got a partner. And it's just the kind of thing that partners don't like when you just text and say, I'm going to stay out on the piss and not come home when I said I would.
Yeah, you definitely put it in those words.
Hey love, I thought I might stay out on the piss and not come home.
You're sweet with the kids, eh?
Yeah.
Sweet.
You're sweet.
I won't be home for dinner.
You're sweet with your mum's birthday, eh?
Well, a little bit of discussion going on there. They can't really decide who they're going to bowl, but I've got to be honest, unless it's Kyle Mills, it doesn't really matter.
No.
Now, 56 for 1, we're in the 10th over.
That's not enough.
That's Cleaver and Keesey slow.
Yeah,
isn't it?
it is.
Well, they were on 40 at this stage.
Yeah. And at that point, I was talking them up because I was so surprised that Keesey was scoring so many more runs than Dylan Cleaver. Dylan Cleaver was trying to save a test match on day 4 when you need to bat for 2 days.
So the Amish umpire now is getting into a little bit of a discussion, a debate, smiles on the faces, but
What is this about?
something has held the game up. We're not entirely sure what it is. I don't know if maybe Mike Lane could share any insight as to what's going on.
G-Lane, you know what's happening out there?
No.
G-Lane's just walking around with a microphone, and I'm always nervous when G-Lane has a radio mic that's attached to a PA, because he's always only about one drink away from saying something shocking.
He's just coming to remind us that in the 10th over, we're going to be doing a sort of super over, similar to what they did in the Black Clash. So for every run that the teams score in the 10th over of their innings, which is this over, $100 will be donated to Surf Lifesaving New Zealand by the great New Zealanders at Dulux.
Bloody hell, that's good, isn't it?
It's a wonderful initiative, and I think that's potentially what the hold-up was. So this will be the 10th over.
So runs you score in this over, Mania, could save lives. Runs you don't, could be killing people.
You could potentially have blood on your hands at the end of this
Right,
over.
you're right, actually. A low strike rate is basically murder.
It's basically murder. It's a double-edged sword.
And that is going to factor into running, because if you're calling a run, you cannot send someone back. That could cost someone their life. So first ball, and it's carved away. This will be at least one run.
I've selfishly fielded. You'd let that go for 4. That would help people.
There were probably 2 runs there, so that's at least 1 life lost to selfish running.
I feel like we saved a life there, but then we lost a life, so we're back to 0.
4 to come in this.
This is some high-stakes cricket.
Just a reminder that there are 5 balls in and over. And so Goldie rocking the beard, rocking the mullet. A lot of fresh haircuts getting about the Bay Oval here this afternoon. Left arm over, and it's been tonked. It may be caught. In fact, it is, and he's out. Oh, no, disaster
Now,
for Santos, the left-hander.
It's another life lost somewhere in the cruel oceans of New Zealand.
You've got to say the Spartans' strategy of taking the catches is really paying dividends.
It is, isn't it? Why didn't we think of that? We should have discussed that before the game.
It really moves through the batsman a lot faster if you take the catches.
And if one of the guys is scoring a lot of runs, then he doesn't get to play anymore. If
Yeah.
you catch
It seems so obvious now.
I actually point the finger at G-Lane for that as captain, because at no point did he mention that strategically that we should attempt to catch.
So missed time there from Santos. I think he just had eyes for Surf Lifesaving there. He was going for the boundary.
4 off 9. He was only striking at 44, so it might actually be a bit of a boon for the Titans.
And look who was walking out to the middle, an international cricketer, Hamish Marshall, or Hamish, as he was called in Pakistan during the Pakistan tour. I always enjoyed that.
Well, he was called Hamish.
Hamish.
He was called Hamish last night when I was talking to him at the bar.
No, you're thinking of James, his twin, because Hamish only arrived today.
Hamish wasn't at the bar last night.
Yes, he was.
Hey, wasn't?
He was at the hotel bar, but he wasn't at the driving range.
I'm talking about the hotel bar.
What time?
I'm talking about the Trinity and Wall.
You should have been sleeping in preparation for the Hauraki breakfast.
I was talking to both of them, and I was like, and then they asked me to stop talking to them, and
Hamish Marshall.
And then they asked for me to be removed from the bar.
Carried his bat when he played against the team ACC.
He did, didn't he? He batted very well. Got 25.
So I would expect a similar thing here. The Titans 57 for 2. They sort of need to get a bit of a wriggle on here.
What's happened here, Manai Stewart, is you've accused me of not knowing that both marshals were there when you were talking to me. You were with me when we were talking to the two of them.
I don't remember that.
Look at that, he's got a hold of that.
Straight off the bat. This could be a catch. No, it's gone way over his head. It's gone into about the third row. That's a huge 6. And I dare say, if I was, what are they, the Spartans, I'll probably be bringing Kyle Mills on next.
Absolutely, because clearly Hamish Marshall has been given some very clear instructions, which is start tonking and get that score along. We're way adrift of the pass score.
That was a real angel molester. It was in the air for a very, very long time. It went higher than the lights.
It was some sweet hitting.
And $600 to the Surf Lifesaving New Zealand as well from Dulux. He's gone again. This one will be along the carpet. It'll be fielded. They'll just get the one.
Sensible cricket.
Yeah, but not saving a lot of lives.
So this over 1 wicket, 6-1. And
so that's, what's that, 700?
$800 into the kitty. You just have to wonder how many lives we've left on the table. Goldie with that left arm, it's just sort of wide-ish and leaned on by Shiva. This is another single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be the end of Goldie's over. Nope, he'll have one more.
Why has he got one more?
Why is it just one fewer balls per over?
We thought it was a time-saving measure, didn't we? It hasn't really worked out.
Well,
because there's so much mucking around and confusion around how many balls are on over. We end up taking more time than we would have with just 6 balls and over.
I also told Ben Hurley he had 2 overs left when he only had 1. Last ball of the over now. This one's going to go across Hamish Marshall. He's going to cut that one down to the Mount Maunganui mauler. 1 run and that'll be the end of the over.
And how much poorer is Dulux for that over, Manai? Do we know? About $1,000? Can we round it up to $1,000?
Let's call it $1,000, wouldn't we?
Let's call it $1,000. I mean,
I'll
call it $1,000. And let's each, the 3 of us, throw in $1,000 as well each.
Yep, happy to. Happy to.
Looks like they are going to bring Kyle Mills back, are they?
No. Da Vinci gone over to have a little quick yarn to him.
Is there an overrate requirement here? Because there's some really shoddy, tardy movement between the overs. These guys are really taking their time. I wonder if it's a strategy. It is getting darker. Only half the lights are on, of course. They're not on full bore, the lights.
They're only going at 6.6 and over. They need to poop or get off the potty, if you ask me.
I couldn't agree more. And here's Agent is his nickname, back on from Topo. Did you say Telpo? Topo?
His nickname's Asian.
No, it's Agent.
Oh.
Glenn is his name. And he will put this one onto the pads of Hamish Marshall, who'll just whip that one away to square leg for the single.
I believe they call him Agent because maybe his surname is Mulder?
Yeah. His surname is Mulder. Glenn Mulder.
Glenn Mulder.
Glenn Mulder, so they call him Agent. I'd call him Scully, but...
Second ball of the over. This one's missed by both batter and wicketkeeper.
It's the first graphic I've seen come out of a player all day. Just one person got a graphic.
Do you know what I'm really liking? I'm really liking these graphics. It's taking me right back to the 90s.
Oh, this one's straight through to the keeper. There's no run there as well. This is good bowling from Glenn Mulder.
Yeah, right down that wide line. Very hard to get hold of.
I feel like I'm watching an episode of Top Town from 1978, these graphics. But it is nostalgic.
Did I tell you recently?
Oh, it's the same result again. He's all at sea as Shiva. He can't get a read on Glenn at all.
Did I tell you recently, Lee Baker, I broke into the annals of TVNZ and stole the Top Town trophy, and I've got it at my house now.
Have you read?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
With the Top Town written on it.
I can't believe that's available to be stolen.
Well, of course, it's sat in the ACC studio for the last sort of 5 years.
And then
I
stole it. I took it to home, then I took it to the ACC studio, and then I won it in a bowling competition and took it home again.
It should be.
I won a bowling competition, and they came up with a trophy that I stole and gave it to me as the trophy.
You got what you deserve.
Sort of hard to tell who's in the wrong here.
There's no winners in this story. There's no winners at all.
It's a real,
Not
Even when
morally.
you won, you weren't winning.
it's a real pretzel situation.
Catch that!
He's gone after this one. This one's come straight down to the caravan. It was a half catch opportunity, but that would have been catch of the day if they had got it. Unfortunately, this one's going to race away to the boundary.
That was smoked because the international cricketers are hitting the ball hard. They've got actual timing. No chance of Da Vinci catching that.
Tiny enough over there, though, from Agent Mulder. And Kyle Mills will just pick that one up off the rope and whip it back in.
Yeah, I got an Uber with Kyle Mills to the golf last night and really drilled into him. We were just sitting in the car, and instead of just a normal conversation, I tried to run an interview with him, trying to get the gossip on the Black Caps. He was a volt. He would not spill the tea, would he? You were with me, weren't you, Lee?
No, but we've just got to get him drunk enough. We've got all night tonight to drill into him.
I want to drill him tonight. I'm going to try and drill Kyle
Drill
Mills
Kyle
tonight.
Mills tonight.
Operation Drill Mills.
Who's in?
Couldn't tell you, but it was... He's staying with the hat. It's the Terminator.
Shiva's on 19. I thought it was you're only allowed to score 25 because I feel like
No, it's 30.
James Marshall came off at 25, or was he dismissed?
So here we go, the Terminator.
Terminator's decided to take the hat off. Umpire almost won't let you bowl with the hat. This one's way down league, and it's just sort of helped on its way by Hamish Marshall. This one's going to run away. Could have almost gone to 4 because the fielder was that slow to get to it, but he will get back there. 2 runs.
I'll tell you what, the ACC 11, I said we wouldn't talk about ourselves the whole commentary, but our ground feeling, our fielding was actually pretty good, apart from the catching part of it.
I thought so too. So the Terminator again, this one's sort of slashed out, and it's a thick outside edge. They'll just get the single.
I've got to say, you play on an international cricketing surface, it does encourage good fielding because the ball rolls so true, and I'm not used to that.
Yeah.
So it's quite a treat.
I mean, there's nothing worse than standing at, say, point, for example. Someone slashes it towards you, and it's turning 3 different ways before it gets to you.
Exactly.
And then it just rears up off
It
a
hits
little
scholar.
pothole and hits
Yeah.
you right in the face.
None of that to be found here at Bay Oval. It is looking a real treat.
77 off 10 overs.
Time to poop or get off the potty.
Here we go. That's some pooping.
Little round arm action. This one's slashed away, but it'll be fielded.
But a fielder keeps them on the potty.
Textbook long bat. Now Shiva's called for something. He's on 23 runs. I don't know what he's waving at. He wanted something
Some applause.
from the pavilion. Some applause, yeah.
Round the wicket from the Terminator.
Oh!
Oh, and it's around the keeper as well. And this one's going to run away. It could potentially go for 4. They're going to have to cut it off, and they will.
And it's a wide as well.
He's not happy, the Terminator.
So
He's
the
not
Terminator,
at home for buys.
it's 2 buys and the wide in there as well for the Terminator. And you got to say, it's judgment day for the Terminator as this over balloons out. 3, 2, 1, dot 1 wide plus 2.
This one's slashed away again down to the Mount Maunganui Mauler. He'll field that one. Just the 1 run. And that'll be the end of the over as well. Pretty expensive one all told for the Terminator. 15 runs off it. And the Titans will move on to 83 for 2.
So look at the graphics on the screen. You might be seeing it says 10 overs. It's actually 12 overs. Let's just change that. Yep, that's good. 83 for 2 in the 13th over now.
I wonder if it's possible to order food via commentary. Like if I just say what my order is, is it possible that someone at the nacho stand is listening to the commentary and go, oh yeah.
Is there a nacho stand?
Well, I wouldn't say it's a nacho stand, but they're serving nachos, Matt Heath.
I'd love some nachos.
They're also doing beef burgers and a wide variety of savouries.
I'll take any of that, and I know there are people listening to this commentary live in the stands with the ACC ears. So would it kill
Just
you?
love some nachos in the caravan.
The double P.
DPS, first ball of his over. Hamish Marshall has to wait an age for the ball to arrive to him. When it does, it's slashed away to square leg. And they'll get 2 and then potentially 3 for the overthrows. Yeah, that's exactly what they're going to do.
Even though Marshy was basically down by the boundary with his overrun, he still managed to get back.
Marshy, 20 off 9. He's a real threat.
He is, but he's going to be gone in 11. If not 4, 10, if not 4. It was a real power move to serve stew last night at the event.
Jesus, that was some masculine food.
It was.
Irish stew, fried chicken, chili, Philly, chili, beef steak. What was that thing?
I dipped my chili billy beef steak right into my Irish stew and regretted it.
So here's Craig Darling, DPS. This one's a rank full toss. It's slashed away. A better fielder might have caught that, but we don't have them. Oh, and the slide has outrun the ball. They're going to come back and run 2 off the boundary, but Oh, and more overthrows, but this will just get sort of mopped up there and no more runs.
Have you ever wondered what rank means when you say rank full toss?
Yeah, it's gross.
Rank, not good.
Like something smells rank.
Right. Seems harsh.
I mean, that was a rank full toss. A disgusting full toss.
What's going on here? We've got a man who seems to be limping. Is that a limp?
We've
It's
got
a hobble.
We've
It's a
got a
hobble.
retired hurt.
Ah, it's an injury retirement. Yes, he's making the hamstring mime. He'll be going straight to the physio.
The Shiva.
Oh, Shiva.
Well, it was just a matter of time, wasn't it?
We've got another hammy.
Oh, that's a proper hammy.
This is a record.
That's the 6th hammy of the day across 3 teams.
But there's no respite now for the Spartans because Dinger is going to come out to the crease. Now, when Dinger played against us, this bloke is enormous. He kind of looks like discount Tony Robbins. And he was smiling as he walked down the pitch and carted us over our heads.
He's one of the nicest guys you've ever met, and he's just got that South African confidence, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Is that what it is? I knew there was something going on.
Yeah, he just looks at us and he goes, I think South Africans have never really respected New Zealand when it comes to cricket.
Have a go at the chest on him.
There's a theory it's because they never saw us in that time when Hadley was bowling because they were banned from international sport.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, so they've never really gained that respect for us that actually no one has now. I think
They also can't respect the nation that needs one man to lend respect to that nation. That's not acceptable to South Africans.
A little bit of drizzle now as David Dinger Bell comes to the crease.
Smash that.
Hamish Marshall, who will just tonk this one. This one will go all the way over the fence for 6, and the Titans move to 95 for 2 off 12 overs.
And I want to ask
potentially
you,
a no ball as well. Is that a no, given as a no ball as well? It was a rank full toss.
that was a rank full toss. I think we're getting some rank weather here. Is that those are big drops I'm seeing falling on the front windscreen of the Caravan? Am I right?
You are right.
Well, you're wrong in that it's the back windscreen of the Caravan.
Thank
but
you. Okay, you were wrong.
Oh, that is the one we're looking at. And again, Marshall goes along the carpet this time, only a single.
Now, I do hope we're not operating a Duckworth Lewis in this tournament.
Well, I did hear Lane say that since the Spartans are the reigning champions, if it's rained off, they retain the title.
Okay.
I don't know if that's true or not. Dinger's gotten hold of this one. It could be a catch, but
Oh, it's got too much on that. That's 6.
only if someone's sitting in the crowd.
It's a rank full toss.
That
was a top-ranked rank full toss.
That was the rankest full toss so far, and it got smashed for 6.
It was a gift on a
I
plate.
could smell that full toss. I wasn't even watching. I could smell it from here. It was so rank.
It's a foul odour emitted from that full toss. It was. Just to pull people behind the curtain, here we are sitting inside the ACC Caravan, and on the way down here we lost the hatch off the top of the roof, and we, in our infinite wisdom last night, thought that it would be a great idea to put an umbrella up through that hole to keep the rain out. Unfortunately, that umbrella is just cloth. It's a sun umbrella.
Yeah.
It provides no defence against the rain, and this entire caravan is soaked. Just another chapter in the ACC Caravan, isn't it? So this one's bowled at his own feet, but it will bounce once and find its way to the batter. This one's carved away to point for the one-run. Village will do the honours cleaning it up.
Yeah, and on that roof situation there, flew off on the motorway, of course. If you have heard of a decapitation between Auckland and Mount Maunganui, we'd love to hear from you.
Could have been anyone.
Could have been anyone.
There it
Could have
is.
been anyone.
There's the
A
umbrella.
piece of glass and metal flying off a caravan at 100 kilometres an hour. Good chance it's just nipped someone's head off. So we'd love to hear from you if one of your loved ones has lost their head, or you know anything about this. Maybe someone was taking a piss when you're driving somewhere and then your head just got lopped off. Then that's probably something we need to deal with.
I've got to say,
as a
it's
team.
cute though, isn't it? It's cute with
That
the
is,
umbrella.
that is cute. It's like a cocktail.
Yeah,
A commentary
it's
cocktail.
exactly what it is. It's a commentary cocktail.
So James Marshall will be, Hamish rather, will be retired on 30. He'll carry his bat. It only took him 13 balls to do it, but he's left a handy batsman out there in his wake in Dinger, who has a strike rate as it stands of 600.
Do we have a platform here? I feel like we do. 103 off 13. You've got to say that's not it's not a pontoon. It's a platform.
That's a platform.
It's a platform. 7 overs to go, which is oddly 35 balls.
Whiskey is the new batsman, and this is something Dinger did against Joe Jury in the game when we played him. It's almost he'll play a forward defensive and say, "Hey, that was a great ball, mate," and then he'll cart you for 3 consecutive sixes. He lulls you into a false sense of security.
Right.
He's a lovely man.
He's got a psychological game then.
Yep.
So Whiskey facing.
It's not a bad ball. It's just sort of chopped down a little bit there by Whiskey, just a single.
There's some good noodling going on here now.
Great noodling. And that's the luxury that a platform provides you, isn't it?
You want to get caught up in your noodles, though. I'd rather see some karting going on. Maybe a rank full toss.
Of course, you can listen to Sean Plunkett on the platform.
Yes. Yeah, you can. Probably shouldn't.
I don't know if anyone does, but you can.
I wouldn't, but you could.
He's provided. I'm just saying that he's provided a platform.
We got slagged off on the platform the other day, actually.
We did.
Who's we?
The ACC.
You're joking.
So
Mark,
you?
Was it Mark Watto? Mark Watson?
Yep, Mark Watson.
What are they saying about us?
Well, he tries to construct a personality about slagging people off, but never really has that great a point. But bless him. He said that he can't stand commentary teams that make it about themselves. He can't stand the ACC thing, and we pointed out it's pretty hard to find us.
He didn't just stumble across us. So Dunga, big smile on his face. He hasn't quite timed this one. Kyle Mills will cut it off. They're going to go for 2. They're going to have to run them up because Kyle Mills could whip that one in. Safe though in the end.
Yeah, it's kind of like going around to someone's house, sitting down and eating dinner and complaining about it. It's like you've driven around there, you've walked through the door and you've sat at the table. You didn't need to do that.
Well, particularly, and this is a point that often gets brought up about us, where people say, just commentate the game normally. So, hey, that exists.
Yeah. The alternative in our name is a key. It's a clue.
It's a clue.
It's a clue.
We thought we made it obvious.
Yeah, it's right there. It's the first word, alternative. It suggests that there's another. So if you like it, missionary. There is no actually. But to be fair, if you're not enjoying this commentary of this, there is no missionary version of this.
No, but we sometimes.
There's only the reverse cowgirl.
To be fair to us, we sometimes flip into missionary for a while. When the game demands it.
I love it.
And then, you know.
Well, much maligned missionary.
Absolutely. I mean, we do it well. It's not regular missionary. It's got a bit of colour to it. Maybe slightly side on.
God, if you can get missionary, then bless you.
Take it.
Sometimes
Take it.
Sometimes you go weeks without anything.
Can't all be reverse cowgirl and what have you.
Yeah.
Swinging from the chandelier.
Yeah.
Helicopter.
Sometimes you just need to
Glory holes.
be face to face so you can continue the argument. A little too much about myself there. Da Vinci now back into the attack. He's just having a little discussion with the Amish umpire. He's pointing out, so those things over there, they're TV cameras. That's what they are. Amish umpire hasn't seen anything like that. Russell Clark, aka Da Vinci, one of the all-time nicknames for a painter. I suspect he's not the only painter nicknamed Da Vinci around the country.
It does roll off the tongue, doesn't it?
He's got this Murley kind of action.
You're calling that Murley, are you? What about that action do you think is like Murley?
The bent elbow.
The bent elbow.
Watch the wrist as he delivers it. There's something going on in the way that it comes out, and it actually spins the opposite way to what you think.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Now see, that is spinning what you would call leg spin.
Is he bowling leg spin?
But the stumps are off for some reason. Oh, I thought it was an attempt at stumping. But that was clever actually from Da Vinci. Genius actually, because the ball went. It was totally different delivery than the last delivery. It was about a metre to the right.
You watch this wrist when he delivers this.
Oh, that's a chuck. That is a rank chuck. I'm telling you right now. Must have been a change-up. He did something with his wrist there that was quite illegal.
There have been some suspect actions across this.
It's those supple wrists that he's developed through years of painting, and now he's abusing his abilities in the cricket arena. Oh, come on.
That would have been. Oh, it was a half catch opportunity. It's just going to go through, and he could also have cut it off, and he has.
Oh, that's a great bit of fielding out the boundary.
That was beautiful.
The slide was timed perfectly from Village.
The Village from the Cotswolds just slid in. Beautiful, great
Making
arm.
full use of the moistened surface here.
I was sort of a little worried for our safety as he came sliding in there. Here's the replay on your screen. This one's just come in, that Murley action, and then sliced away. Watch the misfield here, and then watch Village just hustling to get round there. And he'll slide a mile as well.
Yeah, we saved 4.
And in the interim, a dot ball again. Whiskey and Dinger at the crease. Titans 114 for 2.
Oh boy.
Dinger won't even look at that one. It is very wide.
You wouldn't describe that delivery as the Mona Lisa of bowling, would you?
It was a rank wide.
We're still waiting for the Mona Lisa. It is his change-up ball. There it is. That's the Mona Lisa. Catch that.
And the Mona Lisa. 2 from the Mona Lisa.
Yep.
Not bad.
Fielded by Kyle Mills. A couple more raindrops starting to come down now.
Just trying to remember what other great Da Vinci paintings he's got balls named after.
Yeah, what's your second
Madonna
favourite?
and the Virgin on the Rocks. Now that's difficult to bowl.
slap that again now, and this could be a misfield. It is. But it'll take 2 of them.
I like that. This could be a misfield. Had the potential. Off the bat. It just looked like a misfield right off the bat.
Had all the hallmarks. Had all the hallmarks of a misfield. And it was. It was the unconvincing way he was approaching that ball.
So Da Vinci been reasonably expensive, 19 runs off his 2.
Good fielding outfit this, I can tell, because none of them are limping.
So Dinger striking at 200. Whiskey, he's striking at 75. He's 3 or 4. Dinger's the key here.
Dinger is the key. And in an effort to remove Dinger, they've brought the Mount Mauler back into the attack. He's a big bastard.
Here we go, Mount Mauler, but Whiskey will be facing.
Whiskey's got to get off strike here, surely.
He's got that primary school double action here. Watch this as he bowls this one. 1 and then 2.
What the hell was that? That was like an optical illusion.
And I wouldn't accuse his arm of being straight in that delivery either.
I'm not sure what I just saw there.
There's a bit going on, isn't there?
That was curious.
Could you imagine facing it?
It's like watching something on tape and it skipped, or what happened there?
There's a glitch.
There was a run, and there was a swing, and there was a bowl, I believe. And
It's
the
like he-
wicketkeeper was involved, but
No, it's like he
didn't
bowls
add up.
twice. You watch, he bowls twice.
Oh,
Once,
yeah.
twice. Catch that, stump that.
And
No.
this is textbook Dinger stuff here. He's walked slowly up the pitch, smiling at him as he does. He's missed it, but I dare say that would have found the rope if he had
So,
it.
so let's count the revolutions here. So he goes 1, 2.
1, 2.
But he's
He's completely done Dinger as well.
he's got Dinger's number with this 1, 2.
This is exactly why they brought him in.
Dinger really likes the ball coming onto the bat, and this ball is not coming onto anything.
Tongue out for Dinger. Have a go at the chests on these fellas. Staggering. He's got hold of that one. Kyle Mills won't be too troubled to pick that one up and just sling it back in. They've actually gone for 2. That's great
That's
running.
really seen. That is that ought to be celebrated. That is not something you'll see often in this grade.
No,
Sell it.
No, well, and particularly when it was Kyle Mills that was doing the fielding. Any of these other guys, sure, run that one up.
Yeah,
But
What grade is this?
tremendous.
Mount Mauler getting into it, and it's going to be slapped away. This will just be a single, although the way they've been running, no, they're going to go for 2. They're really pushing it up here. As you said, Lee, they've got a platform and they're looking to start pushing on.
I mean, if you dribble the ball into the right areas and you select the right fielder, the time it takes them to get to the ball can land you 4 or 5 runs if only you could run them.
Yeah, but that's the problem, isn't it? So the pace of the fielder is equaled by the pace of the runners.
Absolutely no one runs around here.
So Dinger, massive smile on his face. Oh, this is a perfect length there. He had to dig that one out. They'll just get a single.
They're really enjoying the sliding like kids on a water slide out there.
Well, the runs per over, they're going at 8 and over, which is pretty good when you factor in that it's 5 ball overs. Sort of makes it 1 better.
126 for 2, the Titans. Here's the Mount Mauler. That's a great ball again. Is that bunt?
Surely that was a bump ball.
That was a bunt ball, so no wicket, but it did for 1 mad minute look like a wicket. He looks a little bit disappointed, doesn't he, the Mount Mauler?
Mount Mauler, when I saw those shoulders and the height of the man, I sort of expected more military medium, but this is fairly
Is it 3 revolutions?
effective slow bowling.
It would probably
Hang on a
surprise.
minute.
It would
Was that a
surprise
bump ball?
no one to find out that he won the long drive contest last night at the driving
Yeah,
range.
that does not surprise me. Long levers.
But my favourite part about the Mount Mauler is that his nickname is misspelled on his shirt. Mauler is spelled M-A-U-L-R-E. I don't know how they've done that. I thought that perhaps
Is that
was
the spelling of his name?
No,
Mauler?
but his last name is not Mauler.
What is his last name? Mount.
No, I missed it. Balfour, I think.
Balfour.
Yeah. So I don't know where that came from. Here's Village, distant cousin of Matt Heath. That's a good ball first up. Dinger will dispatch this one. Just the one.
Do you recognise that approach to the wicket as being distinctly Cotswolds?
Yeah,
Heath?
it's very Oxford University, Trinity College.
And just a little delay in players. There's another misfield.
Yeah, that's the kind of very reminiscent of a drink they serve at the Turf. Best pub in Oxford.
There he is, Elliot Crowther. Crowther?
Crowther.
From the Cotswolds. And bang this one into the turf. This one will just be guided
Oh,
away.
well played. Beautifully played. He gapped it and timed it immaculately. He didn't put much on it. It's going to go to the rope. Wow.
That
Whiskey at his best there, I think.
Great from Whiskey.
That was pure single malt.
Well, yeah, Whiskey's finally off the mark. So he's a Scottish whiskey with the E or an Irish whiskey?
He's got an E in there, isn't he?
Yes. Yeah, so Scottish.
Does it refer to whiskey or does it refer to W in the phonetic alphabet? The one that pilots use?
Oh, right. Yeah.
I don't know.
No one knows.
I do not know, but I'm going to say he's a single malt.
There's absolutely no way to find out.
He's a 30-year-old single malt.
And his last name's Whisk. That could have something to do with it.
Smash it.
Here comes Village again. Down to the Mount Mauler. It's another misfield. These are going to start to cost.
They're running two. Oh, I can't
Spartans.
believe it.
They've run two. The thing about running two is not only are you putting pressure on the misfield, you're putting pressure on these hammies.
Oh, my God.
Because we have
You're putting pressure on everything.
There's hammies ready to blow. They've got they're ticking time bombs out there.
There's Village steaming in again. And this one has beaten everyone. Keeper in as well. And that'll be another run. And those are buys. I actually think that's a wide plus buys. So that's a wide plus one. Expensive over now. 1-4-2 wide plus one. So Village is really quite expensive. It is expensive in the Cotswolds though. This is better now from Village and dug out, but they're still running aggressively, aren't they? There is a run every time you hit the ball. It's tip knees at this point.
Well, there pretty much is. There's so much space out there.
So this over now, 1-4-2 wide plus 1-1. Is that the over? No, there's another.
Again, where are we in the overs? It just seems to be
1,
so
2,
many
3,
balls.
4, 5, but he gets another one. So this is the sixth ball of the over. So this is the normal length of an over here.
Bewildering. 136 for 2 after 16 overs. Here comes Village. It's a good shot. And again, just another run. So just ticking along now.
I wonder who decided 6 as the amount of balls in an over.
Well, it used to be 8.
Did it? Used to be 8.
It used to be 8. They brought it down to 6 for probably the same reasons, ill-conceived reasons we brought it down from 6 to 5.
Would it kill them to bring them down to 5 so we can do easier math?
What about 2?
2 might be too little.
Too little?
Oh, Whiskey.
Oh, slashed out there by Dinger, but he's missed everything.
Oh, it was Ding. So Dinger just wandered down there casually, took a massive swipe and missed by about a foot.
This is what he does. Giant, broad smile on him.
I tell you what, this is a good little period for the Spartans.
Yes, so Dinger has been...
They have really put the brakes on this Titans effort. And they've just been able to noodle it round. That's all they've been able to do. Haven't seen a boundary in a while.
No.
It's time to get busy. 3 overs to go.
And so the bowler is Glyn.
This is his 3rd over.
Look at Dinger. He's all smiles out there. Really enjoying himself. Really in his element.
Can you bowl 3 overs?
I think you can.
Hell?
Someone has to, because there's only...
I'd throw the ball to Carl Mills then for 3 overs.
You'd have to, wouldn't you?
Because we've only
Wow.
seen 1 over from Carl Mills, haven't we?
They're backing the man from Telpo. He's got a construction business. Watch this.
He's done him. He's done him. And this could be another hammy.
Oh, we got another hammy.
This could be another hammy.
Is that a hammy plus stumping? It's a wide. It's certainly a wide.
We've got a wide, we've got a hammy, we've got
It's
the
all
bails
go.
off.
What's going on here? Oh dear, oh dear.
It's all go here at the Bay Oval for the Dulux Tradies 11. Grand final between the Titans and the Spartans. Titans 138 for 2. And the wicketkeeper just grabbing the bat there, just banging the stumps back in.
Tell you what, this is a bit like golden oldies without the gold.
Just oldies.
Just oldies.
Well, can we get a...
You can feel every run scored because you can feel the pain of it.
If you're a physiotherapist in the Greater Eastern Bay of Plenty region, I'd suggest you make your way down to the Mount tomorrow.
Oh, we've got a physio. Have you not met her?
I don't think she's going to be...
Oh, she'll be coming back, surely.
Oh, she'll be coming back, but
she loves her work.
I think that there's too much work for her. Because...
Well, she's a woman. She can multitask. She can do 2 people with 2 hands at the same time.
It's a bit miserable out there. The ball is like a lump of night steel at G-Lane's butt.
Oh,
we're bold.
This is great stuff from Glenn.
That's quality off spin, I want to say. Quality Greek Orthodox from Agent.
Dinger has been he's been shut down, hasn't he?
He really has. Had a strike rate of 600 when he first walked out to the crease. That's because he hit a 6 off the first ball. But
oh
he
no!
still slowed down. Oh,
there's a mix-up.
There's been a mix-up. A run-out could be on the cards. But
oh no, they're too useless.
Oh, wow!
You had 2 batsmen on the turf, and they still didn't manage to run them out.
Have you ever seen anything like it? Not only that, but they could have just about got another run. Here's the mix-up here.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Dinger's fallen over. He's had to send his mate back, but the wicketkeeper's so far out of place, and he's had to split.
Whiskey was like turning around the QE too.
And Whiskey's just about taking out the ACL of the wicketkeeper as well. It's all go down here at Bay Oval. Someone's going to lose a limb at this rate.
Well, it's either 139 for 2 or 142 for 2, depending on what scoreboard you believe.
Glenn, now this one will get whacked away. You would have to think that's one run, but the way these guys are going, yeah, Dinger wanted 2, but no.
This is actually turning into a pretty good score. And as I say, you've got to remember it's 5 ball overs.
Sadly, my commentary ordered nachos don't appear to have materialised. I'm going to have to leave the caravan at the end of the innings.
Short stuff from Glenn. Chopped away, 1 run.
I really need to unleash into some kind of bathroom as well, so... Well, we'll take a break, and we might actually send another commentary team down.
Well, disgustingly, we have sort of like an open-air toilet in the corner of our changing rooms.
Yeah, that Lung is using liberally.
I went in there before, and Lung's just in the corner of the room taking a shit in our changing room.
He's targeting our toilet.
Well, that's the second one he's taken, because I saw him take one before, and he tried to come in. Well, we're getting a serve from G-Lane about our poor performance. Lung's trying to get into the dressing room through the serve, while G-Lane's yelling at us to do number 2, the third number 2 in our dressing room when he has a bathroom in his.
That's a hate crime.
That's poor timing. So this will be the 3rd over for the bowler here, whose name escapes me, but
don't worry, it's written on the back of his shirt. There
Goldie.
it is.
It's Goldie. It's Goldie again.
Chris with a K.
He's also going for the Amish beard.
Smash that.
That's a full toss.
Whiskey's got that away. And again, he's timed it well. He won't get 4. But he's gapped it nicely, and the man at backward square is going to have to do the work.
And that's the difference between a full toss and a rank full toss. That was just a full toss.
Got you.
Wasn't a rank one, and as a result, just the 2 runs. A ranker would have gone for 4.
So we're either 143 or 142. No, we're 143 for 2. In the 18th over. I'd dearly love to get 160, 165.
Look at that fade on the side there. Is that a fade? The side, or is that just a mullet?
That's a burst fade, I think. That's what that's called. This one's going to go down leg. I don't know if he got bat to that. That could be buys.
Just a single.
I feel like there was bat on that. Looked like a French cut to me. We'll never know because the umpire is not signalling, and it hasn't really been signalling much at all, actually.
Dinger, loving it. Big smile on his face. He's on 26. Has to retire at 30.
Can he do it with 1 shot? He must want to.
They've really slowed him down. 26 off 20 is Dinger.
Big smile.
He's loving it out there, even with the rain.
Smash it.
He's gone for it. He's gotten a hold of it. It's gone straight up in the air.
Kyle Mills, international cricketer. He didn't want that, Kyle Mills.
He's let it bounce. They have run 2, and he'll get another chance to retire on 30 here.
I'm sorry to tell you, that was some lazy fielding from Kyle Mills.
Not even international cricketers are attacking the ball.
Well, no, this is something that I do in the field, is make it look like you could never have got there.
Yeah, well, the thing is, he didn't sell it very well, did he? Was patently, obviously, had plenty of time to get there.
That's right.
The acting was what let him down, not the fielding.
So, Goldie. And to ding it. 2 runs away from retiring. It's right on the stump, and he's missed it. And again, the wicketkeeper's missed it, and they'll trot down for 1. I don't know if that'll go against Dinger or not. Oh, they're going to run 2 because it overthrows. This is getting out of hand.
And it is buys, signalled by the Amish umpire.
I don't even know where the ball is on the field right now. Kyle Mills has it, of course he does.
So what is Dinger? 2 overs to go?
Yep, and Dinger just 2 runs from retirement.
Oh no, we're still going.
We've got going at 8 and over here.
Goldie,
well played.
That's a wide, slashed out by Dinger. They're going to run 1. Is he going to go back and... Oh, it's a horrible misfield.
No!
It's almost gone for 4, and that'll be the end of Dinger. He's carried his bat. He's scored his 30.
You're out of there, Dinger.
He's going to have to retire.
Get out of there, Dinger.
He doesn't want to go.
You're done.
He doesn't want to go.
Dinger's got to go.
He wants to review it. He wants to review his retirement.
He wants to take back one of those runs so he can keep playing.
Off he goes. There's a thumbs up from Dinger.
So 30 off 23.
Solid knock.
I think if you're going to win a game at the Dulux Tradies 11, you have to have one of your batsmen retired.
Absolutely.
We didn't.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I mean, we had that underwater platform, and then G-Lane came out just with this insanity in the air when G-Lane came out. He was out on the first ball, but he was sent back. There was confusion in the running. He was swinging at everything, and then he was out for about 1 run.
We built a pontoon and then each of us slipped off it.
Yeah.
Well, they had a slow leak, the pontoon.
Well, we weren't even handed our togs, us three.
We weren't really properly informed. So 2 overs to go. That's 10 balls in this peculiar format.
Yeah, and someone's been promoted up the order because Dino was supposed to come out, but I don't know.
That ain't Dino.
That ain't Dino, and I don't know if you've seen Dino recently, but he has been heavily strapped up, ice on the calf muscle, and I think Dino's a late scratching because of injury.
Dino's not in good shape. Dino is not in good shape, mentally or physically.
Not in good shape. So this is, well, I can't read that. Sunrise? I want to say sunrise. Anyway, Goldie into what I believe to be sunrise, and it's a horrible misfield. And there's a single run there. 2, 1, 2, 2 buys, 2 for a run rate of 8.1. And this over? No, that's not how that works.
Yeah, we really do rely on the shirts, don't we? And if they're not fitting properly.
Schernsey. It's Schernsey, you muppets. Paul
Schernsey or Schrenak. Paul Schrenak.
Schernsey.
How do you pronounce that? Schrenak. Schrenak.
I just go Schernsey.
Shit, that you can see why they've gone with Schernsey, can't you? Well, Schrenak.
Well, Dinger's not out there and Dino's not out there, so the scoreboard's a little bit inaccurate at the moment.
I'll tell you who is out there, Kyle Mills, and he's going to come off 3 steps and take Schernsey's head off, I think.
Well, he made a career bowling death, didn't he? Bowling the death overs, and here he is doing it again. Oh, jeez, he swung that a long way out. It's wided. That's not for international cricket.
So 153. So if they do manage to get another 7, 160 is a competitive score.
Well, very competitive. Hell, 102 was competitive against us. Millsy, second ball of the over. Great shape again.
Beautiful
How much
shape.
that swung.
That was a Kyle Mills of old.
Schernsey didn't know too much about it.
So
Rain still sort of drizzling in here. It's getting quite tough to see through the back window of the caravan.
It's going to be a moist finish.
kill someone to get a squeegee out.
Oh, beaten outside the off stump by a ball that seemed away.
Well, 160 is looking a long way away at this stage.
By my calculations, just 2 balls left in this over. Could be wrong, of course. What do we got? Isn't that 5 balls? Oh, so it's 6 ball overs, is it? Oh no, he's gone down.
Oh, they're going to run it, kick it.
Took one in the nuts.
He's going to have a shot at the stumps. No, he's not. He knows better than that. So they've run that. They've been running everything. That's the kind of aggression you need if you're going to win a game.
So this over 2-1, 2-2-1.
That was fearless from Schernsey.
It doesn't seem like this over.
Right in the nuts. Didn't give a shit.
It's definitely not this over, the 2-1, 2-2-2-1. Sorry, I'll take that back.
2-1, 2 buys 1.
This one's gone a mile into the air. It's gone over the head of the Mount Mauler. You field it, whip it back in. I think they run 2 there.
Yeah, they ran 2 there.
This is aggressive stuff. Really putting their hammies on the line for this win.
They certainly are, but of course they've got a field. They can't incapacitate themselves completely.
So Whiskey here, he'll be looking to go large.
Is this the last ball of the innings?
I believe so, but I could be wrong.
Been wrong
Check
before.
this out.
This should be the last ball of the innings. What can Whiskey
full.
do?
Smash that.
He can do nothing. He swings and misses. And unless we don't know anything, that's the end of the innings. We don't know anything.
We don't know anything.
We know nothing.
We have
know
literally
nothing.
no idea what's going on.
Isn't it interesting that you just take 1 ball out of the over and all of a sudden we're all at sea?
Absolutely.
Mills with what may or may not be the last ball of his over. Joe Jury's in the caravan, which signals to me that that could be the end of the innings.
Oh, and they run 2. Good effort too. Quite happy to put the hammies and the groins and the ACLs on the line. And that'll be them. That's the Titans. 159 for 2.
So 160 to win for the Spartans. That's a good total.
It's par, isn't it?
It's a great total. What worries me, though, is the groundskeeper here at Bay Oval has just come down the mound there with what seems to be the Hessian cover.
It is absolutely pissing down.
On the back there, they are all sort of getting into their work, so there could be a little bit of a rain delay, but because we knew it was going to be like this, we're a little ahead of schedule. The final was scheduled to be played entirely under lights, so we should still have a bit of time. It's just going to depend on whether the rain abates or not. But fellas, 160, that's a great score.
It's competitive.
Yeah, it is, and a great opportunity now for Lee Baker to get those nachos that he wanted
Really
earlier
looking
on.
forward to laying into those nachos.
100%. So we're going to take a short break. We don't know how long the break will be because it looks like the covers may be coming on. So stay tuned, and hopefully we will be back very shortly with the run chase in the grand final of the Dulux Tradies 11 for 2024, live from the Bay Oval.
Yeah, keep your eye on ACC socials. We'll tell you when we're back.
Okay, we got right. Come on, inside.
Oh!
Game on.
Life's messy. For a superior washable finish, choose Dulux Wash and Wear. Dulux, proud partner of New Zealand cricket.
ladies and gentlemen, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. You look good. You look great. This is what we're going to do. The big covers are on. Keep training. The chances of running past. So what we're going to do is we're going to have them run straight.
Well, from a very wet and soaking Bay Oval here in Tauranga, I'm afraid the game has been called. It's all off. The covers are on and they're not coming off for the rest of the evening. So the Dulux Tradies 11 event has come to a bit of a damp squib. The Spartans, they scored 150 odd in their innings, but the rains came down, the heavens opened. But the good news is the beers have been opened up in the pavilion. And that is us for this Dulux Tradies 11 event for 2024. Thanks for joining us. If you're still listening, geez, you're a hardy soul. You've been staring at rain for the last 15 minutes. But we will be back again next year with the Tradies 11 event from a venue around New Zealand. But thanks for joining us here on the Tradies 11 event. It's been a pleasure bringing you this coverage with the Alternative Commentary Collective. We'll see you later.